Did you know that in 1954, a man arrived at an airport carrying a passport from a country that doesn't exist? This event happened at Haneda Airport in Tokyo, Japan. A businessman stepped off a plane like any other traveler. He looked calm and well-dressed, holding documents and a briefcase. When he reached immigration, he presented his passport with confidence. But when the officers looked closer, they were immediately confused. The passport seemed completely genuine. It had official stamps, visas, and entries showing years of travel to countries all over Europe. But one thing didn't make sense. The passport said it was issued by a country called Taured. The officers checked their records. There was no such country. When they asked the man to point it out on a map, he became frustrated. He said Taured was a small nation located between France and Spain. But on every map, that region only showed the tiny country of Andorra. The man couldn't believe what he was hearing. He insisted his country had existed for hundreds of years. The Japanese authorities thought it might be a mistake or forgery, so they questioned him further. They asked where he was going and why he was in Japan. He said he was there on a business trip and that the company he worked for was expecting him. But when police contacted the company, no one had ever heard of him. When they called the hotel he claimed to have booked, there was no reservation under his name. To prevent him from escaping while they investigated, officials took him to a nearby hotel under guard. His identification and passport were locked in a secure office at the airport. The room had no balcony, and guards were stationed outside the door. The next morning, when the authorities went to check on him, the man was gone. The room was empty. The door was still locked from the outside. His passport and all of his documents had also disappeared from the locked office. There were no signs of escape, no open windows, and no trace of him anywhere in the building. Airport officials searched every part of the area, but never found him again. The man from Taured had completely vanished, as if he had never existed. Some people believe he was a time traveler, or someone who accidentally crossed from a parallel dimension. Others think it was an elaborate spy operation that was covered up. A few claim it might have been a story exaggerated over time, though no one has ever proven it false. To this day, no official explanation has ever been confirmed. The case of the man from Taured remains one of the strangest mysteries in modern travel history. It makes people wonder, what if he really did come from another version of Earth? A world just slightly different from ours, where borders and countries aren't the same? Because sometimes the scariest mysteries aren't found in the past or the supernatural. They're found in moments that make us question the very reality we live in.